And we're live! O, diba? Ayan. Magandang gabi, umaga, tanghali, good morning, good afternoon, good evening sa mga taong nandyan na nakasubaybay ngayon sa ating gabi. And of course, this is going to be, again, a multi-stream and multilingual live stream. Am I loud and clear? O, diba? Ayan, wala nang ano-ano pa. And of course, we're going to start the night so we don't have to be very late today because I'm already late. So let's start with, ayan, diba? Andyan na si PWD Rams. Let me do this. Can I do this thing? I PWD Rams. Hello, Mega Mega Love. Shout out and thumbs up. Thank you, thank you. And of course, guys, if you're new to this channel and if you're interested in getting mentally, physically, emotionally, and from time to time sexually fit, this channel is for you guys. It's all about getting fit and going through this journey called life together. Let me be part of it. And of course, andyan na si Shirley. Diba? Mega mega love shout out to you, Shirley. Parang masyadong malakas ata yung mic ko, guys. And of course, to my admin. Diba? Hindi siya late today. You're not late today, admin. That's good. I like that. And sino pa? And of course, kay Jensky, ayan, we're going to talk about all about it, all about your diet and the struggles and your progress towards your diet. And mega mega love shout out to all, diba? Ayan. And of course, si Madam Gift, thank you, thank you, thank you. Mega 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 mwah, 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 mwah. Love shout out to you guys. And sino pa nandyan? Oh, Digital Fanboy, I do see you, Digital Fanboy. Hey there. And hey to you, Digital. Ayan, how you doing, guys? And of course, as I've said, guys, tonight we're going to talk about diet. Where do you have to start? What are the struggles? What are the progress? And what are the mistakes that a lot of people do when it comes to diet? Because like I've been through a lot of live streams and, like people know me as a personal trainer. And sometimes, like I feel like they would ask me about diet, like how they did it. But at the same time, they're not asking me here. So I'm going to answer those questions that I've had through all of this year, like 1 year. And of course, in my dream, the common questions when it comes to diet. Because at least for me, in my experience, there are two things, like when you want to lose fat or when you want to get fit or anything when it comes to your goals about getting fit. There are only two things that you have to do: exercise and dieting. But the thing is, if you're gonna choose which one is the, like the hardest part of it, I would always say the hardest part is the diet. I don't know about you guys, but I'm one of those people that I have more hard time dieting or disciplining myself when it comes to food, rather, the other way around with exercise. And I know a lot of people have problems with both. So, as a personal trainer and doing this for years, I think I have the glimpse, of how can I relate with you guys. At the same time, tips and kind of like how can you start and what is diet for real, because there's a lot of stigma about diet and I want to tackle about those things. I want you to understand what is diet, what is the diet for you. And Bebsy Cooking, I do see you. I am mega 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 mwah, 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 mwah. Love shout out to you, Bebsy Cooking. I do see you. And of course, Bebsy Cooking, whenever I see your blog, I can't help but maglaway. O, diba? Nakakagutom. But, like, I guess that's just part of that stuff. Hindi lumalabas dito. Bakit hindi siya lumalabas? Ayan, let me see about this one. If it's going to come out. Ooh, it did come out. Yan. And of course, yan, we're doing Twitch and YouTube at the same time. So it's going to be English. But if there are things that you couldn't understand, if there are, like explanation that you want to kind of like understand fully in Tagalog, always let me know. Sabihin nyo sa akin kung ano yung parte na hindi nyo naintindihan, because this is multilingual and I'm just speaking in English because I want everyone to be interacting. And I know you guys, Filipino and the rest of the world, English is a universal language. So most of the time, you don't have the proper time to practice English. I hope this is also going to be a hub where you can practice your English with no judgment. Diba? Evening, sexy na host. Hi, evening din sa'yo, Bebsy Cooking. So, Bebsy Cooking, what did you cook for today? What did you cook for today? Because I do really, really want to know. What do you guys cook? What are your diet? And what kind of diet did you ever kind of experience that you kind of want to share? And what do you think, or why do you think it has a success, or why do you think you couldn't really be consistent about it? Because it's all about consistency, you guys. If you want to reach your goal for a long term, and that's what I want for you guys, is long term, not just for me but for you guys. I want that for you guys. We need to understand exactly what are the foods that you couldn't kind of like, it's so tempting for you, and how are you going to tackle that in your daily life. Ayan, admin, mega love, shout out. Diba? So if you're a viewer as well and you want to interact with us, you can always subscribe, like, and share this live stream. It'll help my algorithm as well. And if you are shy or you're embarrassed to share your experiences or anything at all, you can always be anonymous. You can always change your name or something like that. Still sexy admin, diba? That's how I like it. Diba? Wala host, bukas pa. Hindi ka nagluto ngayon? Diet. And for that reason, with that said, one of the stigma about diet is in the Philippines, I don't know in the rest of the world, but in the Philippines, one stigma that is associated with the word diet is hindi kakain. You're not going to eat. And the thing is, yan yung laging sinasabi ng mga Pilipino. Pag sinabing diet ako, first thing that comes to mind is like, diet ako and I'm not eating. So, again and again and again, and I think this is one of the most repeated words, parang sirang plaka na ako, guys, that I've always said, but I wouldn't be tired explaining this in, like, minsan nga memorize ko na kung paano ko to i-explain, guys, ng maayos. So, sobrang dami ko nagsinabi. Ayan. And alam ko naman na sexy ka talaga, Jensky Vlog. Diba? Ayan. No rice for more than 2 weeks. Effective siya for me. Before, my waistline is 26. Ngayon, 25 na lang. Diba? Bongga! Congratulations to you. Thank you, Jensky Vlog. Ayan. Admin. And of course, kay Mary Rose Hagas. Mega. Love, shout out to you, Mary Rose. Ikaw, I know Mary Rose Hagas is also on a diet, on a strict diet. But it's a different, it's a different reason why you're on a diet. But I do also wanted to tackle about that, because when it comes to diet, it always depends on what you want. And as I've said over and over again, there are 3 things that I want you ipasok nyo sa kokote nyo, guys. Kokote talaga. Diba? Grabe talaga ang bunganga ko minsan talaga. Hi! Sometimes, ipasok natin sa utak natin yung 3 things. Ano nga yun ulit? Okay. 1 is, of course, nutrition. Number 1 is nutrition. Like, I am not a nutritionist, guys, but as part of my work, as part of being a personal trainer, I know the basic. I can help you with the basic needs. And of course, if you didn't see how I explain high fiber diet and carbohydrates, why is it good and why is it bad, you can always replay that one. It's all on my playlist. Please do replay them. Please do understand them, because this is one of the reasons why a lot of people fail on how to get fit, is because you don't understand what you're doing. Hindi nyo iniintindi yung mga ginagawa nyo sa katawan nyo. We're always just mimicking other people. Kasi sabi ni 1 million follower na influencer, ganito daw. So, gagawin ko din. It's not about that. You're a unique person as it is. Lahat tayo parang fingertips lang yan or fingerprint, diba? We all have, some of us have the same body, but our needs, our necessity, our goals, our dreams, dream body, it's all different. Diba? Ayun. Admin, sabi ni Mary Rose. Ayan. Guys, kapag masyadong malakas yung boses ko sabihin yan sa akin kasi I don't know if it's too loud or I'm, hurting your ears. So let me know guys. Ayan. Mukhang malaki pa waistline ko sa'yo, Chensky. Wow naman, kaloka naman to. Talaga lang. Sa bagay si admin ko, pag hindi nagda-diet yan, matyan. I think it's part of our, I would say hereditary. It's in our genes. But the thing is, as you grow old, usually the fat storage, yung fat natin na i-store usually, especially with guys, sa waistline, sa belly. So that's one of the things that's really not really cool. So anyways, so as I've said, diet. One of the stigma is not eating. So this is my explanation about this. Ayan. Mary Rose Hagos. Ayan. But it's not healthy according to my doc. I thought I've done a crash diet, but I did not. Ha 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 ha. Ay, ano daw? Ba't ganun ako magbasa, Mary Rose? Ayan, kasi ang labo ng mata ko. Ayan, hindi. So, the thing, akala ko may umpisa, yun pala, yun. Anyways, so, as I've said, another one, crash diet. We're gonna talk about crash diet as well. And I'm gonna explain why it's not good for you and why is it really not recommended. Like for me, as I've said, I'm not a nutritionist, but at the same time, my best interest is the best and effective result for you, not just temporary, but for a long term. Ibig sabihin, hanggang mamatay na tayo, ganun na talaga. Yun yung gusto kong maabot ninyo at sana maabot ko din. Kay Mary Vic Official! Ay, thank you, Mary Vic Official. Mega. Love, shout out to you, Mary Vic. How about you, Mary Vic? Are you on a type of strict diet or you're just basically like a normal diet? Because, one, when you say diet, guys, pag sinabi nating diet, anything you eat in a day is a form of diet. Ibig sabihin, anuman ang kinakain ninyo sa isang araw, yun ang diet. Kung ano yung kinakain nyo. For example, si Jensky, ang kinakain niya itlog banana. Yun ang diet niya, itlog banana diet. For example, yung admin ko, ang kinakain niya everyday is mang inasal. So, mang inasal diet siya. So, anything a person eats in a day is what you call diet. Yun ang ibig sabihin ng diet, guys. So, please lang, pag sinabing diet, hindi ibig sabihin nun hindi kakain. It's just what you eat every day. Each and every single person has a diet. It doesn't mean it's good, it doesn't mean it's bad. It's just what you eat in a day. Nagkakaintindihan tayo. Ano daw? Okay, ayan. Gusto ma-tone up yung arms ko. Tama ba, tone up? Yes, toning. We call it toning. I don't know if it's in English. If in America, in Japan, we call it toning. Toning down. Like having nice, toned up body. Ayan. Thank you for mentioning. Of course naman, Mary Vic. Ayan. I do see you guys. And syempre kay Inday Mama. I miss Inday Mama in the house. Ayan. Na-miss kita, Inday Mama. Makita ang iyong name dito. Mega love shout out sa'yo, Inday Mama Vlog. Inday Mama Vlog. Pag nakikita ko si Inday Mama, ang napupunta yung utak ko yung kanta niya kagad. Good PM sa lahat. Ayan. Ano daw? Lag. nawala yung una kong comment before yan. Ayun pala yun. Kaya pala sabi ko, hinahanap ko may madam. Sabi ko, nasaan na yung una? Parang mata ko ba may problema? No, I'm not on diet, but it's up for controlling yourself. Oh, good job, Mary Vic. I like that. Because that's the thing, guys. When it comes to diet, when it comes to food, it's all about discipline. It's all about mental. So a lot of people are asking, why is my channel like this? Why is my channel? It's supposed to be like, like any other channels about fitness. It's all about like exercise. Why aren't you doing exercise and stuff like that? It's because I think for myself, it doesn't matter how many exercises you do, but mentally, you cannot be disciplined with your food. You cannot be disciplined on how you live your life. It's all going to shit. So that is why most of the time I tackle more mental than physical. And the thing is, I know there's a lot of people that actually doesn't do exercises. It's either because they're so busy at work or they don't have time. So if you really look into my channel, it's all about, home workouts, beginner workouts, stuff that you don't really need that much equipment in a gym in the first place. And asa na ba tayo, guys? Ayan. Miss you too. Zumba na tayo bukas. Ay, Inday Mama Vlog. Ayan, it's gonna come soon. Ayan, I'm gonna do announcement today as well. So, we're going to do that as well. And of course, to JJ. Hey, I see. Mega. Mwah, 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 mwah. Love shout out another guy. Ayan, single yan, guys. He's single and ready to mingle. He's also on a type of diet. So, we're going to talk about that. Sexy naman. Yes, wala nang liguan to. Hindi, mama. Pagkatapos ng work, diretso live stream. So, this is what I usually wear at work when I work. Sports bra. So, it's all about, being a personal trainer on Thursday live stream. So, this is who I am as a personal trainer. Oh, diba sabi ni Jensky? Get out! Diba? Ayan. And who else? Ayan. Mama! Ayan. Nice skateboard frame. Did you just notice this, JJ? For real? You just noticed this? This is here ever since. Diba? Ayan. Ano daw? Jensky mega love shout out and Mary Rose. Ayan. Me and my hobby started reducing rice for I think more than a month. Good job! I like that. Ayan. Only a cup per meal and it turned out good. Yes. It definitely is. And Christopher Derain. Mega love shout out to you. Ayan. And of course to HDD Guzman. Ayan. And kay Amy Villaras. Ayan. Mega. Love shout out, guys. Ayan. Amy. Ayan. Amy ang lagay nyo, guys. If you want to connect with each other, you'll probably see Nightbot will be there. So, some of you are fellow YouTubers. Please do connect with each other because you don't know, like at the time being, you might collaborate with them on some sort of, And ayun, heart. Hey, admin. Diba? Mega love shout out to you, HDD Guzman from my admin. And hello, mega love shout out to admin ni IC Fit. Yes, yung admin ko. So guys, if I'm talking too much and I miss your comment or I miss your chat in the live chat, comment it again because I do not want to miss any one of you as much as I can. Yep, I never knew it was. JJ, what do you always look then? Do you always look at my face? Joke. Joke lang. Anyways, guys, so where we at? So diet. So that's the thing, guys. So one of the things that I want to, like you forget that stigma about diet, which is not eating. Crash diet is another thing. When it comes to diet, there's no cheating. Just in real life, guys, cheating is not good. In any type or form. Ayan. Na-diet na si Nansky, madam, plus basketball. So he lost 6 kilos within 3 months. Bagal, no? That's actually very, very fast. Let him know that it's actually very, very fast. Because the thing is, 6 kilos for 3 months, especially at, Nansky's age, it's fast. It's really fast. Because the thing is, guys, please remember this. Don't ever compare yourself when you were younger. When you're early 20s or your late 20s, when you could eat a lot of stuff and you never get fat. Because when you get 30 and when you get 35, that's the time everything just slows down. And whatever you eat, that's why nauso yung hashtag throwback. That's why it became a trend. Is because, like whatever you do back in the day, you cannot do right now. And that's why it sucks, I know, but the reality is we do have to maintain. Like, when you get to 60 years old, a lot of 60 years old has maintenance on their medication. The same thing goes with exercise and diet. Once you get older, and all of us get older except for moi, except for me. So everyone gets older. So the thing is, everyone needs this. Everyone, every single one. Ano da? Ayan. Belly fat is a nightmare, Izzy. Oh my God, belly fat. The thing is, guys, as I've told you guys, and I know you've noticed, every 2 weeks I do have cheat day. I've been consistent with that. And the thing is, I always had this thing with me where I would reach a certain, because when I was younger, I always have like 22, like the smallest waist I had was 19. So I got to 22 waistline. And then, I got fat. And then the thing is, the ideal for me is 23. If it reached 24, I feel I'm fat. But the thing is, guys, when I reached 23, I stop and then go back to my diet, which is eating a lot or like not being consistent of disciplining myself when it comes to food. So I do that a lot. But now I reached to a point where I've never reached before, which is a very flat stomach. So I know, guys, if I can do it, you can do it, guys. So let's do this. Let's struggle together. And I swear to God, it's like 1 month only. 1 month is the hardest for me. It's like 1 month you're gonna crave. You're gonna feel like, it's the end of the world because you couldn't eat this and that. But after a month, it becomes like it's normal, because this is the thing that I'm gonna talk to you guys about. When it comes to diet, pick a diet where mapapanindigan ninyo. Where you can actually do it for real and a long term. You can actually see a future eating that until you leave, until you leave Earth, basically. Ganon. JJ, how are you? Especially after 40 years old. Exactly, JJ. Ayan. But the most good part, I guess, is lumiit siya niya. Unlike noon, pandemic na malaki. Sports plus diet is a good combination. And not just that, it's good for mental, for testosterone, for guys, especially when you reach 40, your testosterone drop. Everything drops there. So when you do sports, when you do workout, your testosterone is not that, bababa. I am good, admin, working hard and trying to stay active. Hope you are well, admin. That's nice, JJ. Diba? That's good. And if you feel, guys, that I'm kind of late when it comes to like reading your chat, don't be frustrated, guys. Because I'm trying to do a high quality live stream for you guys so you can see everything, and it's gonna be like high quality live stream. So I'm doing, like some from time to time, I'm not gonna use StreamYard because it's only 720p. Now I'm on 1080p. So if you're in 1080p, ayan, makita niyo mga anek-anek sa pagmumukha ko, bala kayo dyan. Yeah, I am. Thanks, diba? But that's the thing. So one of the things, crash diet, after 6, what else are those diets? Need na din kasi at his age, may maintenance na siya for, oh, may diabetes na si Nansky and cholesterol. So, strict na talaga ako sa rice. More on veggies na. Less oil and salt. And this is what I'm talking to you guys. Diabetes before, it's all about, when you reach like 60. Usually a lot of 60 years old. It's almost like inevitable. Inevitable. Is that the word? Is that the word, JJ? Inevitable. That you get diabetes. But at the same time, if you actually see how old are people getting diabetes, even like in America, like it's very, very common for a kid, like a kid, kid to have diabetes. It's because of food intake. And that's the thing with me. Like, I do have this debate of what's the, like the drugs or the addiction of this society or this generation. At least for me, it's sugar. And when it comes to sugar, that's another thing, guys. In the Philippines, when you say sugar, they would only think about asukal, the white processed sugar. The thing is, whatever we eat turns to sugar, guys. It just depends if it's a good sugar and a bad sugar. Kahit anong kainin natin, guys, pag pumasok na yan sa katawan ninyo, asukal na yan. Ganon. So, that thing about crash diet and about cheating, and I know a lot of people, when it comes to diet, they want to cut it. Like they want to deal with it as fast as they can. And they always wanted to be like, the result should be fast. Because, like when you start to kind of like feel that you need to diet or you need to get fit, you're so motivated. Like you're motivated to the point like you're so optimistic about it. Like whatever, like a person tells you or whoever your influencer or whatever YouTube or videos that you watch, you're gonna mimic because they usually, most of, influencer had a nice body. But this is what I'm gonna tell you guys. When it comes to diet, when it comes to exercise, it's not about mimicking other people. It's all about information. You need the right information and you need to know what is your body. And that's where the number 2 that I always wanted to let you remember is be realistic. First, nutrition. Next is be realistic. When I talk about realistic is don't be in denial. And I know like I'm part of that too, kasala ko dun, guys. Sometimes I feel like when I look in the mirror, I would, like a lot of us compare ourselves to other people. And it's almost like it's not wrong to compare yourself with other people, but it's almost like it's just normal. Like, well, I don't have a belly fat, so I'm okay. Or stuff that, well, I think I'm sexy. I feel sexy, so I don't have to do that or I don't need to do diet. But the thing is, that's one of the problems, guys. You are denying the fact that you can do more. But because you're limiting or we're limiting ourselves to doing more because we don't want to do more, that's where rather than being better, we tend to do the other stuff where we let go. Kumbaga, pataba ka na ng pataba, ikukumpara natin yung sarili natin. At least hindi ako kasing taba ni ganito. At least ganito, ganyan. We always have that kind of, characteristic. But at the same time, you always have to understand, you have to be realistic kahit sa sarili nyo na lang. Like, what do you want? Ano yung gusto ninyo? What do you really want? And ayan, ano daw? Yeah, right, JJ. After 40 years old, nalabas na ang mga sakit. Exactly. Like with guys, a lot of guys that, like I had a client or I had a privilege to be, like trained with, all of them actually, when they reach 35, especially 40, that's where a lot of things that they doing before when they're young comes out, like your hip hurts, your your lower back hurts, everything just hurts. And the thing is, that's why we have exercise for that maintenance. But when it comes to, like mental, what we eat comes out. Kung anong pinapasok natin sa katawan natin, it will come out. So if you're eating garbage food, it will definitely come out, Hindi ko sasabing garbage kayo. But it will definitely come out. And a lot of food that we take is part of why we are depressed. There's a lot of studies right now that are coming out, that certain food actually make you feel depressed. Why are you depressed? Because you're not eating properly. Why can't you sleep properly? Why can't you sleep at night? Why can't you be in peace? Because it's the food intake. So if you're eating healthy, if you're eating clean, everything will come out eventually. Ganon. Ayan, ulitin natin. Ayan. In real life, ang mag-diet hindi basta-basta, and karamihan dahil pinagsabay ang kaartehan sa pagkain kaya nagkakasakit. Sorry to say. Yes, and those are the things, that's why I think there's a lot of overrated. And I want to tackle this one because Marivic Official has a point. There are people na sa sobrang kaartihan, they don't even understand what are the foods for them. And this is why I'm telling you guys, when it comes to diet, you have to understand your own body, your own needs. Don't just mimic or wag kayong gumaya just because this person says that. Oh, intermittent fasting is so trending. Oh, si ganito nagkaanda. Lumiit daw yung tiyan niya sa ganito kaya gagayahin ko. No. You are your own person. You have your own needs. You have to understand kung ano yung kaya niyong panindigan. What can you really, really, really eat? And of course, what does your body really needs? And it comes down to what are your goals. And for beginners, there's a lot of people that doesn't even know what their goals are. They would just be generic. Like, I want to lose fat, I want to lose weight. But when you become consistent, you'll see progress, even the little ones. Then you'll get to know more about your body. And that's where it becomes interesting. Ayan. Pero magastos maging healthy, kaya minsan di pa din maiwasan makakain ng bawal. Well, the thing is, yes, I would really say that. I would actually agree with that eating healthy, and which is why it's so, it's not just about as a person, environment as well. And we've talked about this before in one of my live streams. Another part or another factor why people couldn't eat healthy foods is because of the environment or your status in life. It's like, if you live in the country, you can probably eat healthy because you can plant, you can do stuff. But if you're living in the city where everything is just expensive, then it's so hard for you to get healthy foods because for whatever reason, being healthy is expensive, Take measurements and photos, scales often lie. And another one, like when you're losing weight, guys, when you're trying to lose weight, don't weigh yourself. Huwag kayo magtimbang araw-araw. Because the thing is, especially for people who exercise, especially for people who actually, do my exercises, you're gonna, especially for beginners, you're gonna build muscles. You're gonna build, bone density and stuff like that. Those are when it comes to fat and muscle are always heavy. So it doesn't matter if you lose weight, if you're losing weight and you think you're not because it's the same weight, you have to understand, measure it, sabi ko nga, pisa-pisain niyo yung mga taba ninyo. This is what I actually recommend to my client. Don't look at the scale unless you're in a competition. When you're competing on sports, there's always weight class. But if you're not, this is the measurement that I always say. Like kung ano yung pinakamataba, 'Diba? The fat that you wanted to get rid of, pisa-pisain nyo. Alalahanin nyo kung gaano kataba. Kapag hindi nyo na mapisa yun kung gaano kataba, that's the one way to know that you're actually losing fat. Not your weight, but your fat. And most of the time, weight also is water intake. So, it will fluctuate. And kahit pumayat kayo, weight will always be the same. Like with me, I'm always like 40 to 40. It doesn't matter if like if I look the same, if I look fat, it always the same because it's either I'm losing my muscle and then, like gaining fat. It's always going to be the same unless you get into that, highest level of being obese or, extremely obese. That's a different altogether conversation. Ayan. Yep, comfort food. I haven't been eating the best, not junk, but not enough veggies and salads. Oh my God, guys. Salads are one of the things that I do actually, enjoy right now. Like, I feel like salad is one of those meals that lately, as long as someone is gonna prepare it for me, because for whatever reason, this is the thing, guys. This is why it's very important if you're struggling with diet, you have to have a partner or someone that would actually motivate you to do this with you. Because one of the, I always recommend this one. If you're the type of person that you couldn't do this alone, that's why I told you guys, join me in my diet. Every 2 weeks, we're gonna have a treat meal. We're gonna start with that. We're gonna have a live stream where we're gonna eat together. We're gonna drink together. But after that, we're gonna go back to whatever we're eating. And if you're subscribed to this channel, I actually do shorts where I kind of like give you ideas. What are the lunch? What are the dinner, what snacks ideas. And if you're in Japan, you're more privileged because I do usually share that information. How many carbs, how many protein, where do you get it and stuff like that. So if you're not subscribed, please just subscribe, okay? Me, sometimes I eat junk. Sometimes it's fine. But what is sometimes? Ano yung sometimes? That's the real question. Truthos, diba? Diba? That's the thing. So another thing is the goals that we were talking about. Be realistic. So one of the things that I find about beginners, or because not everyone would know. Like with me, even with me, these are the mistakes that I kind of I hope I did know before I started doing fitness. Maybe I could have a six-pack by now. But the thing is, don't be embarrassed if you do not know certain things. Because I don't. That's why I do have this kind of live stream, because I like interacting, I like learning from people, and I know that my experience is not your experience and vice versa. So I do like learning in some sort of way. I don't like knowing it all in a way. But if I know for a fact, in science, if it's a science fact, that we're gonna have a hard time talking about it, because unless you're gonna tell me it's not real or you have a proof that it's not real, then I'll listen. Diba? Sometimes, maybe once a week. Ayan. So, sometimes it's good. As we've said earlier, be realistic. If you're a person with diabetes, if you already know to yourself that, you have high cholesterol, or if you're, aging and for a fact that your family, you have a family history of heart attack, cardiovascular diseases, diabetes, obesity, you have to understand that you have to accept that truth, because you cannot move forward without accepting the truth. And that's another fall, downfall of like dieting, is a lot of us in our own heads thinking we only live once. Isa lang ang buhay. We have to make it fun. You know, food is life. I get it, guys. I do really get it. Because I am a foodie lover. Like, I live in Japan where one of the wonderful food that you could ever had in the world is here. But I do enjoy them. But I don't abuse to them. And the thing is, we always kind of feel like abusing the food. Like for us Asian, we abuse rice too much. This is what I think. As Asian, abuse white rice too much, especially in the Philippines. And I think this is one of the things. I think that's why a lot when I visit Philippines the other time. And I'm not, like I'm not doing this for shaming or anything at all. So if you think like that, stop right there. I'm not doing that. I'm just stating the fact, or at least I'm stating it on what I've observed when I was in the Philippines the last time. One of the things that I felt, that's why there's a huge, like it's almost like, back in the day, a lot of Filipino are so sexy, petite. It's kind of rare to see a fat person. But when I visit Philippines, I see them more and more and more. They're catching up actually, So one of the things that I felt is because unlimited rice is everywhere. Unlimited rice na. It's everywhere. Wherever you go, there's unlimited rice. And that's the thing. And I get it. There are Filipino food that are really, really good when you eat too much rice. But the thing is, you have to understand. You have to take care of your body because no one will but you. Ay, diba? Andyan na. Ay, Hi kay Dean Arwin TV. Mega, 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 mega love shout out. And of course, kay Sisi Koy. Sisi Koy, thank you, thank you, thank you. I do miss you seeing here. Ayan, I know you're busy, Sisi Koy, but mega, 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 mega mwah, 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 love shout out. And ayun, we only die once, we live every day. So enjoy and take advantage of our time. And this is overused. When you say live, live every day, be happy. Are you happy? Like, think about it, guys. Think about it for a second. When you get to 45, you cannot walk for 30 minutes. You cannot go for a hiking. You cannot fuck for a long time. Is that enjoying? Is that enjoying life for real? It's not. It is really not. And one of the things is because your body is failing you. So that's not living life to the fullest. That's limiting your life, So think about that, guys. It's all mental. Ano pa ba daw? And 2 times gaming FF. Ayan, I am Indian. Indian is very best. Japan is bought. Oh, food. You mean food? Yes, I could say that as well. Because, like Indian food is really, really good as well. Like there's a lot of food in the country. That's why I said one of the most, delicious food you could find is Japan as well. We offer that. But doesn't mean it's, like I'm saying Indian isn't or America isn't. A lot of country has their own specialty. That's what I mean. Okay? Ayan. Admin! Wow! Ay, yo pala. Sorry naman, Dean. Marvs! Admin! Ayan. Kuya Dean! BG lang Sisi Koy. Thank you, thank you. Ako din nandoon. Ayan. Thank you naman sa'yo, Sisi Koy. Ayan. Hindi na ako makapindot-pindot kasi ang daming naka-open. Kasi multi-streaming ang peg ko, kaya ganun. Kaya bahala na to. Ayan, we're gonna definitely do this. Ayan. And mega love shout out 2 times gaming FF. O, diba? Ayan, try ko nga to. Tingnan natin kung makakapag pendot ako dyan. Ayan. Kala mo ikaw lang. O, diba? Basta yan na yan. Ang hirap magpindot, pindot, pindot, pindot. O, diba? But guys, please do love each other and always kind of like, ganon. And, asa na ba tayo? So, that's one of the things. So, crash diet and stuff like that. Don't. Like, it's cheating. Crash diet after 6, one of the reasons that it wouldn't work out is because this is the explanation, okay? And please listen very carefully. And if you have any question about what I'm gonna say to you guys, please do ask questions because I really want you to understand the mechanics of this, why it's not recommended, and bakit hindi ko to nire-recommenda, and why you should stop doing this to yourselves. Mega love shout out sa magandang dilag dyan na host ay Roselma Official. Mega mwah, 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 mwah. Love shout out. How about you, Roselma? Are you on a diet as well? Because you look amazing. Ayan. Then, of course, to the OFW, like overseas Filipino workers, because of the culture, the food, and of course your time, usually like OFW that I've met always seems to be working so much. Do you have that kind of like struggle when it comes to your diet? Like, how is your diet when it comes to like working? Because I think the explanation that I'm gonna say right now is gonna be related to what a lot of people are suffering. This is not eating. Crash diet after 6. Like, the thing about this is you're starving yourself. Isa lang buhay, kaya discipline yourself. Exactly. It's so hard to discipline ourselves, guys, because there are just a lot of things, not just in food, but in life, in relationships, etc., etc. There are just a lot of things that, sometimes you just want to do it. But at the same time, that's why I always says, paninindigan. You have to fully accept that whatever choices you're making, whatever path you're taking, there's always going to be a consequence. It's going to be good or bad, but at the end of the day, it's going to be a consequence that you yourselves are the only person that will suffer. But at the same time, there are people, like if you're not eating properly, it will come to a point that you'll probably feel useless, when you get old or when you get diseases, like if you're a parent, do you want to you couldn't play with your grandkids or great grandkids, when you get old? Do you want that for yourselves? So you have to take care of your body. And another thing, guys, is Icy Feet Station. Mary Kay will wonder, mega mwah, 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 love shout out. Another person that's actually really good. She also do dieting, and she told me, Mary Kay the Wanderer, she told me that she's actually doing my cheat meal as well. Like she's trying this, 2 weeks or every weekend diet because that's what she can do, which is I'm very happy that I feel like, even just one person, 2 persons are actually, naka-motivate ko kayo sa mga pinaggagawa ko dito. So I'm really happy and thank you guys. It does mean a lot for me. And kay Brave Young Lion, mega love shout out to you, Brave Young Lion. Ayun daw. Ano daw? Wait lang guys. Asa na ba tayo? Ayan. Yes, tama po Ma'am Marivic Official from my admin. Wow, I'm good host. The bawas timbang lang sapat na sa akin host. How to be like you host. Very easy, but the process could be hard. Depends on how you think of it. Patulog na ako, naalala ko may LS ka pala. Ay, kasalanan ko pa, Mary Kay. Nanisik ka pa. Sinisi mo pa ako talaga. Ay, ano ba? Nagkakalaglaga na yung mga gamit ko dito. Ayan. But, so, That's the thing, guys. So, crash diet after 6. Ayan, paligoy-ligoy tayo, guys. The thing is, when you starve yourself, ginutom niyo yung sarili ninyo. The thing that will happen first is you're gonna be happy because you're gonna see the result. Papayat kayo. Natural, ginutom niyo yung sarili niyo. Malamang pumayat kayo, diba? Ayan. It's a very, very common. Of course, you're gonna see the result. Because you're starving yourself, you know? That's why you're not getting fat. You're losing weight. You're losing fat. Because you are starving yourselves. You're gonna see the result very fast, you know? But the thing is, by the time, and these are the factors, I'm gonna say, you know, the things that would be resulting to this. One of the result that will happen, cleavage. This is for you. This is for you, Mary Kay. Sabi mo kasi ipitin eh. O, inipit. O, di ba? So, one of the thing is, the result is, it's going to be like a good result. You're gonna feel good about yourself because you did this. It's very fast. Basically, you cheat. You know, you starve yourself. But, mentally, you're gonna be depressed about it. You'll feel weak. You'll feel stress from time to time because you're in a new diet and at the same time you're not enjoying yourself, but you'll see the progress. And the thing is, when it comes to that, by the time you get to reach the progress that you want for yourself, you'll stop. Titigil na kayo because you've done it. The ending is, and this is where you listen very carefully, guys. Ito yung gusto kong intindihin nyo. When the time that happens, your body already knows that you starve it. Ginutom niyo yung katawan nyo. So yung katawan nyo ngayon, sasabihin niya sa sarili niya, ginutom mo ako. So, kapag bumalik kayo sa dating lifestyle, when the time that you reach your goals, you're gonna revert. You're gonna go back to your lifestyle, like drinking beer, eating junk food, eating, you know, garbage stuff. All those things that you eat, your body will tell itself, I'm gonna keep this as fat. And that's the reason a lot of people into after 6, into crash diet, you'll notice when they get fat, it doubled. Kung gaano sila kataba nung bago sila nag-crash diet, kung gaano sila kataba nung nag-after 6 diet sila, nung tumaba sila ulit, nagdobleng taba. It's because you starve your body. And your body knows it, you know. The thing is, you have to think your body has its own thing going on. Even if it's you, it's your own body. But when you're aging, sometimes your body has its mind of its own. Like, you know, like mentally you feel young, but your body is failing. And it has a body, you know, it has a mind of its own sometimes. That's why you have to connect again. That's why we have this thing called in personal training, in exercising, muscle and mind connection. And it's all in my beginner's guide playlist. So if you didn't watch that, please do watch it. And if you're a Filipino, it's all explained in Tagalog and it's also subbed in English. So if you want to check that out, it's all on my playlist. You know, how to start and stuff like that. You know, listen to that. It's part 5. It has 5 parts. It's not even an hour. You basically can watch it, you know, like watch it, understand it. It's all the knowledge that I have for all the beginners out there. That's where you should start. Ano daw? Paano magkaganyan? So the thing is, okay, so segue tayo ng onte, guys. Segue tayo ng onte. Mega love shout out. Ano daw? Laugh tail. Anong paangat? Anong paangat? Ayan, paangat ng dede. So when it comes to boobies, ayan, titays, ayan, when it comes to, pampalaki, this is the thing, guys. When it comes to our dede, our titays, there is no exercise that will make your boobies bigger. And that's just the sad truth. But because our breasts, our boobies are made of muscles as well. If you feel, especially when we're aging, it will get, the gravity will take it part. Bababa at bababa yan, diba? So, chest muscles exercises can build you chest muscles, which is kung saan yung fat natin naka-connected. So, it'll make it kind of perky a little bit. But when it comes to making it bigger, and whoever tells you, do this, and your boobies will get bigger, don't ever listen to that. Because it's not going to happen. Unless you want to get fat, your boobies will probably get fatter. Because sometimes there are just women out there that store their fat in their boobies. So, lucky ones. But there's really nothing you can do but just to love yourself. But the thing is, the in thing right now is our butt. Yung puwet ninyo, pwedeng lumaki. Pwede. We can actually do this. Kung yung puwet nga naging dede na lang, no? Diba? Ayan, engineer ni Tab J, mega love shout out to you. Thank you, guys. Ayan. So, Mary Kay the Wonder, I'm sorry to bring you the bad news, but that's the real talk. Like, if there's a person out there that tells you, do this, it's just clickbait, like, it'll be perky. Your breast muscle, your muscles in your breast will be built, but it doesn't mean it'll probably give you a couple of inches bigger. But the thing is, it's not going to give you that look of having, but there are a lot of stuff right now. Like in Japan, we have this thing, it's like silicone bra, where you kind of like smash them together to get a nice cleavage. That's another thing. So you can always use that one, Mary Kay. But the thing is, for all the ones that are getting saggy, don't be embarrassed about it. It's just gravity, especially if you're a mother. Sometimes boobies just, go down. It just happens, Ganun talaga, guys. Bababa at bababa at bababa. And be happy. So, if you want that, just build your breast muscles. Like this part, this part, guys, this is a good one. This is a good muscle to build, especially when you're using, stuff like that. It's a nice thing to build. So, build that one, and then it'll kind of put it up a little bit. So it's gonna make it like the image of having a nice breast muscle. So you can always do that. Puwetan pala topic dito. Hindi, ano lang yun, Quiz Joe. Segue. Just a segue because Mary Kay the Wonder asked a question. But, it's just a segue. We're talking about diet. So, guys, if you have a diet, So, going back to our topic, our topic of diet. So, the thing with diet, as I've said earlier, don't starve yourself. You're gonna suffer at the end of the day because you'll get the result faster. Crash diet is included in there, but at the same time, it's not gonna be for a long run. It's not gonna be for a long term. By the time you reach your goal, you'll stop because you've reached it. And you only do that because you want the best result in a fastest way. It's not going to be your lifestyle. So when it comes to where do you start dieting or how do you start dieting, really pay close attention to what you really want. Because what you really want is depends on how your diet or what kind of diet would you have or what kind of diet you should stick with. Especially yung mga diet na kaya nyong panindigan sa kumbaga pag-aasawa guys, 'di ba? Minsan kailangan panindigan natin 'yan. Diba? Ayun. Ay, andyan pala si admin. O, diba? Yes, yes, she's here. Ayan. Admin, miss you. Ayan, pagalitan na naman tayo ni Jusa. Ayan. But, those are one of the things, guys. And the other one is, when it comes to intermittent fasting, keto diet, there's a lot of diet out there. Fish diet. How do you call the fish diet? Is anybody knows about the fish diet, guys? May alam ba kayo about sa fish diet? Ano bang pangalan nun? Nakalimutan ko yung tawag dun sa fish diet. I actually forgot what it's called fish diet. Something P. Nag-uumpisa sa P, guys. Now, hindi ko na maalala ko. Kung ano Pescatarian. Ayun. Ano daw, may mga blood type kasi na kahit mag-intake ng more carbs, body type kasi na more carbs, hindi lumalaki. Yes, exactly. So, one of the things that you should actually tell yourselves, anong klase ng body type ka ba? Like for example, my admin. My admin eats a lot, but she doesn't really get fat. But, sometimes, ang tinitira sa kanya yung tiyan niya. Lumalaki ang puson. Stuff like that, And the thing when it comes to fat, there is no such thing as spot reduction. So if you see other people that says, if you do this, you're gonna have six-pack. Do this exercise, you're gonna have six-pack. No. Ang six-pack, makukuha nyo lang yan sa pagkain at wala nang iba. Don't debate with me, guys. Don't say any buts, don't say any excuses. It's just what it is, guys. Ayan. Oo nga, admin. Na-miss kita. Diyosa, bebe! O, diba? Miss you din, Tab J. O, diba? Ayan. So, there are body types. So, if you're a body type like that, good for you. You're the lucky ones that actually can have that kind of body where you can eat a lot, eat whatever carbs you like, you don't get fat. But the thing is, and this is not about, I'm not trying to scare you guys, but there are people that even if you're thin, even if you're petite, even if you're not fat, you're gonna have diabetes, and it does happen. So it's all about what you eat. And for people who are depressed, people who are struggling, people who are moody, it's all diet as well. There are certain food that would actually cause you to become depressed. So try to eat healthy. So try to think, ano ba dapat? Ano daw? Pishti! Diba? Nakalimutan ko yung P. I know, if you know, guys, the diet when it comes to just fish, I forgot the word of it. I don't know. For the love of me, I forgot the word. Ayan. Host blood type po. Anong blood type? For real? I've never heard of that, Quiz Joe. Blood type for real? Because I probably wouldn't believe that. Because I've seen a lot of, like, for me, for example, I'm type, ano nga bang type na dugo? I'm type B. Negative or positive? I don't remember. So I'm type B. There's a lot of type B people that I know that are obese. So, or they don't eat but they are fat. So I don't think that's another thing. Maybe, ano dapat kainin na high in protein? Ay! Si Wailami talaga. Mag-ika nagtatanong, Wailami. Iba yung naiisip ko talaga. Ano ba yan? Because one of the things... Never mind. Okay. Whew. Okay. Behave. I'm gonna behave, Madam Wailami. Ayan. So, one of the highest protein that you could ever have, or let's just say not high in protein, like altogether nutrients. One of the recommended food that are kind of like overall nutrient is eggs. Try to eat eggs all the time. And I'm trying to like research more stuff when it comes to like red like egg yolk and white. But if you're in a low carb, if you want a diet and you don't want cholesterol, or you don't want, because we're going to talk about cholesterol as well in the coming weeks of this live stream, because I know there's a lot of things that I need to make, like even myself, I need to understand more about cholesterol. So we're gonna talk about this cholesterol. But if you're in a low carb diet and you want to really get that six pack, or like you really want to tone down and like kind of like burn all the fat in your body, try to eat the white, just egg whites, without the egg yolk. Ayan. Pakain niyo yung egg yolk sa mga kaaway niyo. Ayan. Type B mamasel yan. Mamasel. Like, hindi naman ako mamasel. But I'm trying. Ayan. Host type kita kasi type B plus din ako. Oh, diba? Gumaganyan ka pa, Tab J, Ayan. Obese sila kasi may problems sila. Mostly sakit ng type B sa nerves. Akala ko sa utak. Muntik-muntikan. Ayan. Kala ko sa utak pag type B. Kasi sabi type B daw sa utak may sakit. But anyways, yes. There's a lot. Even in Japan, like blood type is really a big thing in Japan. Like they would actually, like whatever type of blood you have in Japan, it's almost like they know a lot about you just based on your blood type. So it's kind of like sometimes it's irritating, but sometimes it's like it's interesting in a way, but stuff like that. Ako ay laminin, nervyos ako ng walang dahilan, lagi yan. Kasi nga, you're always drinking. Tigil-tigilan mo yung pag-inom, tigil-tigilan mo yung mga fatty food, or like, like too much carbs and stuff like that, you'll feel better. Yun. Kasi one of the, like there's a lot of studies, as I've said, there's a lot of studies that food actually, like it has effect on our moods, it has effect on our mental health. So, try to eat healthy. And the thing is, when it comes to diet, guys, even if I'm trying to like guide you or tell you, the experiences I have with many clients I did had, and, the knowledge that I acquire with my studies and with my career, it doesn't mean we're gonna get it right at the first time. It's almost like life, like you're gonna have to do mistakes. You're gonna have to kind of relearn over and over again. Sometimes, like it's good if you learn one time, but there are people that they have to relearn over and over again until they actually understand what do they need. So that's one of the things that I feel like you have to understand about yourself, guys. It doesn't take one time. It's rare for people to actually get it at one time. You'll have to practice. You'll have to kind of like, there's a lot of options of diet out there for you. But you have to pick. And this is the important part, guys. And this is the best and most gift that I could give for you guys when it comes to diet. And I hope you remember this when you pick what diet is for you. Pick the diet that suits you. Pick the diet that you can actually do for a long time. It's just like pick someone, diba napunta sa buhay? Diba? But diet is just like that, guys. That's why I've always said, and I think there are people out there that actually kind of like, like really doesn't like when I associate fitness or getting fit to life, because it's almost like, they don't like that thought. But the thing is, I'm gonna stick with this because this is how I feel. When you're good at getting fit, when you are in exercising, when you are in a diet, when you're trying to be good physically, you know, exercise, fitness, being fit, it's kind of like an exercise in real life. Because fitness, it takes a lot of motivation. It takes a lot of discipline to get it right, which is the same thing about life. You know, like we do make mistakes, and that's just a part of life. And if you are getting good at your fitness, if you're getting good at taking care of yourself, out there in real world, out there in life, you're gonna get good. That's why a lot of people, I feel like this is what I want. And this is, I kind of like wanted to kind of like be together with you guys. Like, you know, try to get better at things together. Because it's always nicer to be with like-minded people that has the same goals, or at least trying to be a better version of themselves. It's always good. And if you're one of those people, guys, this is our hub. Ganon. Basta yon. Basta tayo ulit. Ayan, sa lahat ng blood type, type B ang pinakamamuscles, kaya sa kanila, bawal chicken. Hindi nga ako mahilig sa chicken. This is one of the things, guys. So high in protein, you asked Waila me, madam, earlier. What is the highest protein there is? Like, what type of food are high in protein? If you want to build muscle, protein is the good thing. Like with me, I need like 100 grams of protein every day. And you know how much is that, guys? But the thing is, if I want to build my muscle, I have to do that. And that's why I tell you guys, depending on your goals, that's where your diet would follow, you know. So when it comes to high in protein, always chicken breast is a good thing. It's always nice. It's always kind of like high in protein. So chicken breast. But at the same time, I'm not the type of person that I would eat chicken breast tomorrow, midnight, lunch, dinner, tomorrow again, lunch, dinner. I can't do it. So I kind of like, you know, find alternatives for me so that I don't feel stress, but at the same time, I'm getting the right protein, I'm getting the healthy diet without compromising, you know, enjoying food. And right now, this generation or this time is the most wonderful time for diet because there's a lot of things that you could actually have an alternative for. Ayun. Corn also, bawal sa type B, sumasakit, kasukasuhan. Exactly, you know, these are the type of foods that are, you know, like in the Philippines, I've heard if you have rheumatoid, how do you pronounce that? Rayuma, guys. If you have that, you're not supposed to eat like eggplants, you know, stuff like that. There's are types, like if you are, you know, like anemic, you have to eat a lot of bitter melon or like liver and stuff like that, you know, nutrients that your body needs. And buti na lang, ayaw ko ng egg yolk. O, diba? Mas masarap, mas mamasas ako, I love me. Pero paborito ko, chicken. O, diba? Huy, kaya siguro ingay ng ingay, Tab J, mga manok mo dyan. And ayun, avoid chicken, corn, Tab J. Tingnan mo minsan, masakit kalamnan mo if kumain. O, diba? Another one, guys, if you're type B, like me and Tab J, please do that. Try that, you know. Like, at least one for me, I also try is like if I don't eat pork, or at least even my mom, you know, my mother doesn't eat pork. She felt better, like because she has rayuma, you know. So when it comes to her rayuma, when she doesn't eat pork, it doesn't really, you know, like she doesn't have that episode. So you have to understand what kind of food you are kind of like allergic to or you should avoid so you don't have these kinds of pains and aches. Oo, mamasel nga yung type B. Ay, Maribik, o, diba? Saan banda yun? Ang dami na pala ang ingay ko talaga. Oo, Wailami, minsan sumasakit bigla kasukasuhan ko. Pag kumakain ako ng mais, minsan di pa ako makalakad. Tab J, also, I know, well, your work is also, like very, very physical kind of thing. But at the same time, you also have to exercise. Because one of the things that I feel like a lot of people are using the work because it's so physical as an excuse to not exercise. It's different thing, but we're going to talk about that later on in the next live streams, because those are one of the things that I want you to understand. Work, even if you're a construction worker and you're doing physical stuff, and exercise, it's a completely different thing. Ayan. And chicken, lagi ako kumakain. Chicken, lagi ko kinakain. Oo, narinig ko na, Tab J. Sa akin, kahit everyday ang chicken, lalo na mga fried chicken. See? Deep fried. That's not good. Yun ang dapat avoid mo, Tab J. Exactly, Tab J. Especially nakikita ko minsan ang tiyan mo, Tab J. If I go to the Philippines, I don't want to see a belly, Tab J. If you have a belly, I wouldn't meet you. That's a challenge for you, Tab J. Ayan, anemic din ako. O, diba? Fried chicken, and thank you, Mary Vic Official. If you have questions, please do ask. Ayan. Fried chicken, okay lang, Tab J. Pero pag chicken breast, tingnan mo, baka sumakit kasukasuhan mo. 100% agree, host. So, thank you. Ayan. Hindi naman na pala ako nagkakamali. Ayan. Tab J, type ba madalas sila lapitan ng type B, madalas sila lapitan ng viruses? Buti na lang wala akong virus. Maybe I'm so prone. Takot na yung virus sa akin. But for me, I'm not really sakitin a person. Sometimes, nagkakasakit lang ako when it comes to like, I'm pushing myself too much. That's where I kind of like, because sometimes, like what I've said, guys, sometimes you have motivation or like you have this, you're mentally strong, but sometimes your body just couldn't handle it. So that is one of the things that you have to understand, that when it comes to ourselves, these two things, it's almost like there's two people in us, your mind and your physical body. There's always two. That's why there's physical health and there's mental health. Those two things you should really take care of, not just the other. And at this time, pandemic and stuff, everything is struggling right now. We're struggling. Struggle is part of life. If you're not mentally strong, that's the part. Sometimes even if you're physically healthy, even if you're physically strong, you're just, it's just not life. Because you feel depressed, you feel bad, that's why it has to be both. And hi Icy, 100% true. Welcome sa House South Korea. What's your first food? Do you have any diet in South Korea right now? I want to know. 100% true. And mega love, shout out to you. 100% true. Pag umu-order ako laging chicken wings or breast, ayoko ng thigh. Sige, sa susunod, di na ako order ng breasts. O, diba? Yun pa naman ang gusto niya, no? So, that's the thing, guys. So, please do always, if you're gonna start dieting, pick something that you know to yourself that is going to be related to what is your goal. Because depending on your goal, that's how you're gonna pick what is the diet for you. And at the same time, dieting, how to start, don't stress yourself. There are a lot of ways. And this is another thing when it comes to mental. Sometimes we try to do things as fast as we can. Sometimes when it comes to fitness, we want to cheat our way of it. We want to get the best result as fast as we can. But at the same time, we didn't enjoy the process. Try to enjoy the process. Don't look on the bigger things. It will go there. Just be consistent. Small things, small steps is better than doing nothing. And I hope you completely understand that when it comes to dieting and exercises, no matter how small the progress is, no matter how tiny it is compared to other people that reach their goal, don't ever compare yourselves to other people because you are you. Nag-iisa ka lang. Be unique. Be you. Just you. And what's this? Yash N 1709. Hello, hello. Hi there to you if I didn't see you earlier. Thank you for coming and welcome to Icy Fit live stream. O, diba? Ayun. So, any other? I love the food. It's spicy, isn't it? So, do you like kimchi? So, kimchi, another one, like spicy food. Like there's a lot of people that like it spicy. Like, even with my diet right now, I couldn't eat food if it's not spicy. So, it's still there. And the thing is, when it comes to chili, when it comes to like spicy food, it's actually like there are studies out there that it actually boosts metabolism and it's really good for your hormones as well, when it comes to sexual. So, it's part of my diet, and if you're one of those people, try to introduce that to your diet as well. And ano daw? You're in a healthy state, I see. Yes, I try to be. I really try to be because, it's like I need to be healthy. I like feeling healthy because, like I could run, with the kids. I can do this, I can do that. It's very, like it's not sometimes it feels like when you get fat, like when I got fat, guys, when I got a belly before and then I kind of like gain a lot of weight, I feel like it's just like 10 minutes walking. It's really like depressing. Like I feel like I don't want to walk anymore, or like I get tired easily. And at the same time, it's like when you're in a heavy one or you're gaining weight, your cardio is gone. You cannot compete. You cannot enjoy the little walks or like going outside, doing activities and stuff like that. Like with me, it's kind of like it's always nice that I know that I can go anywhere. And for girls also, like don't you want to feel like when you look in the mirror, it's not just about aesthetic. Like you can actually like use anything clothes you want. Like you don't have to tell yourself like, well, I don't care about what people think, or I don't care about what people judge me of. But at the same time, it would be really, really nice to feel that whatever clothes you want to wear, you can actually wear. So there's a lot of girls in, like that I kind of like come along with as well, that, one of the things that they regret is letting go of their body is because they couldn't wear the clothes they want to wear before, because it's either because it's embarrassing or because it's just couldn't fit. And the thing is, it's cheaper because, especially if you're a small girl like me, it's cheaper because it's a little, little stuff. And ano daw, madali ako kapitan ng sakit, lalo na pag nakakalanghap ako ng alikabok ng mga woods or plywoods yarn. O, diba? That's why you need cardio in your life, Dav J. So with people who have like allergic, stuff like that, there's also like, limited. It's restricted exercises, but it's better for your lungs. It's better for your lungs, your oxygen intake, and stuff like that. And fact also, lower part of body ng type B ang malalaki. Ganun ba yun? I always thought it's just kind of like, because I'm half Japanese, which is usually kind of like, a lot of half Japanese, we store our fat lower And a lot of, like Filipina that I've met anyways in my experience is like they store their fat on the upper part of their body, and I think I got the Japanese genes, which is the lower part of the body. I love the food. That's good. 100% true. It's so nice that you're enjoying your South Korea. Minsan lang ako nagugulay. Well, that's very, very bad, Tabjay. You have to understand and you have to explore different kind of vegetables. And I think I'm one of those people actually that don't eat vegetables before. But ever since, like it changes, I get to enjoy them because mentally I told myself it's good for me. So I started to enjoy them more. Ayan, mag-vitamin ka din, Tab J. Yes, exactly. Pag madali kapitan ng sakit, kulang sa sustansya ang exactly, immune disease, like, your immunity or na ano na yung saglit lang guys. Like your immune system, like you have to be healthy, and that's where nutrition and that's where healthy diet goes, is because sometimes when you're depressed, as I've said, and I'm gonna say this again, if you're depressed, if you're sad, look at your diet. You're probably not getting the vitamins you need, and there's a lot of vitamins, A, B, C, D, E, daming vitamins, and the thing is, if you're aging, sometimes you're not getting all of it in a food. That's why we have supplements. Ayan, and thank you naman Sisi Koy, 'di ba? Thank you. Ayan. And asa na ba tayo, guys? Wait. Where are we at? And 100% true. Korean food isn't as spicy as I imagined. Oh, really? It's just alright, to be honest. By the way, I love the plant-based diet of their food. Oh, yeah, it feels like that. That's why I think a lot of Korean, like if you'd see, different countries, they would have their different kind of diet. Like as I've said earlier, Filipino diet, as I've noticed, it's all about rice. It's like, rice in the morning, rice at lunch, rice at night, rice at snacks, rice. There's no kind of like alternative. When it comes to rice, when it comes to carbs, champurado sa umaga, tanghalian, unlimited rice, hapunan, it's either biko, kakanin, another rice, some form of rice, gabi, dinner, rice again. So, all of those things, factors, guys, those are all carbs. You're not taking the diet properly. And, admin, mag-vitamin na ako para sa'yo. Oh, gumaganyan ka pa. Ayan. So guys, those are the things that I really want you to understand. So another one type of diet is, plant-based. There's a lot like vegetarian, vegetarians. So those are people that only eat plant-based. Which food would you recommend for sexual productivity? Well, there's a lot. There's actually they called it, ano nga bang tawag dun? They call something about, like when it comes to like sexual, it's like another thing that I've said is like eating spicy food is one that makes you feel sexual. And there's another one like oysters. A lot of people also said oysters is another thing that makes you feel sexual. In the Philippines, we have this balut, which is like, like egg that has chicken inside. How do you call that? Ano man tawag dun sa mga... There's actually a word for food that... For some weird reason, guys, my brain doesn't work with words today. Gusto kong vitamin S. So 100% true. See, Engineer Top J says, the vitamins that he likes is vitamin S. Baka vitamin inumin mo, vitamin na nakakalasing, Tab J. Vitamin I, admin. Wala ka ba vitamin S dyan, Tab J? Vitamin, banana, 100% try avocado, honey, red wine and banana. Ooh, diba? Avocado, like that's a very, 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 very good. If you want, like, like nutrients and stuff, low carbs, stuff like that, avocado is really, really good. Like, I usually put avocado in my salad. So, like if you're one of those people that love salad, like try to, like, like if you don't have any ideas, always come back. Like, every day I try to, like put shorts out there that I eat, ideas that I make out of my head so that you can have ideas of what to eat or what kind of meal you can get or stuff like that. Wala akong vitamin S dito, admin. Agoy, kunwari ka pa. And there's another one actually. I'm pretty sure Wilamy knows this word. What is the word when it comes to food that good for sex? What's the word? It's not exotic. What's the word I'm looking for? Hold on, let me Google that. Yan. Let me see. Because I cannot really get over it until I couldn't. Let's see. There's some word for it. Is it starts with E? Um, minsan, nagsishake ako ng avocado. Hinahaluan ko. Tab J, condensed milk is purely sugar. Do, like this one. This is my idea. If there's soy milk, if you're not into milk, because milk usually has more carbs, if there's soy milk in the Philippines, or just water, just plain water or honey, don't do condensed milk, just water or soy, like honey, soy milk. Soy milk is good for you, Tab J. So actually in Japan, I think they said that soy milk is good for testosterone, I guess. So another 100% true, because like sexually, guys should have, like when you age, your testosterone drops. That's why you're not sexually active more, or you're not sexually driven. So, like if you want to raise your testosterone, then that's where exercise matters, and, food intake matters. There are foods out there. Aphrodisiac food. There you go. There you go. That's the word, aphrodisiac food. That's a lot. So oyster, balut in the Philippines. In Japan, it's what is in Japan? There are food in Japan, but it's called aphrodisiac food. 100% true. So there's a lot of those things. Would you suspect for being slick if he offered you a sexual productive meal on your first date? Hmm. Well, I always suspect if it's a first date and if you're dating somebody, if you're dating somebody and if you're not a virgin, it's always gonna be suspect. That's where it will go. Like real talk, right? Like dating, the reason why two people date is because, to do that. So it's always going to be a suspect. 100% true. Ayan. Ikaw pa mawawala ng vitamin S, Tab J. True, true, true. O, diba? Oyster, yes. Aphrodisiac also. And let's see. Chocolate. I just don't remember if it's just the black or like the dark chocolate, but I think dark chocolate, I think is also like one of aphrodisiac food there is. I think it depends on the chocolate, I think. But there's chocolates out there that is really kind of like makes you sexually aroused and a kind of thing. Diba? So yeah, those one. I think there's a lot. There's actually a lot. But For one of the things that, like would lower, or like, when it comes to performance, if you want to perform in bed really, really good, stop drinking alcohol. That's one thing. Have a nice blood flow, like a real good blood flow, because that what makes your pee really, really hard. Just real talk, guys. It's fact. Ayan. Bear brand na lang siguro. Ihahalo ko next time sa avocado. Engineer ni Tab J, as I've said, honey, just do honey. Honey is good for you, especially if you feel like, you couldn't breathe because of dust and stuff. Honey usually is good if you're not allergic to it. Honey is really, really good. Wala nga admin, ang kulit mo. O, diba? Sino ba yung aphrodisiac na yan? Aphrodisiac means, food that are, it depends, like factual or non-factual. It gives you sexual boost, That's what aphrodisiac means. Ayan. Okay, Tab J, sabi mo eh. Ako din wala nun eh. Oh, wow! Kunwari pa itong mga to Ayan. So guys, press 1 if you're active. And press 2 if you're not active. And also guys, ayan, I know that I've always said this, but if you're up for, like doing a conversation with me on Sexually Fit live stream, please do connect with me on my social media. Let's schedule it, let's talk about it, and let's share awareness when it comes to sexual. Ayan. And minsan, kumakain ako ng fresh oyster. Hinahaluan ko lang suka na may asin at sili. Kaya naman pala maelyak ka, Tab J. O, diba? Like, for example, Tab J, 100% true. He said that he eats fresh oyster with vinegar and, of course, with chili. That makes him really, really sexual. See? Parehas pala tayo, admin too. But the thing is 100% true. You just got there. Of course, you're gonna have to kind of like get used to the country. I'm pretty sure you're gonna get someone. And don't be limited, like this is just my opinion, guys. Like when you want to enjoy and you want to experience, like the magical world of being sexual, don't be too picky. But at the same time, like be safe. Be safe out there, guys. Just be safe about it. And always be upfront of what you really want. So it's going to be not complicated kind of stuff. So I'm pretty sure 100% true, you're gonna find someone in there and you're gonna have a wonderful time over there. So, like we'll be here to listen to your stories when it comes to Korea, because I've never been there in Korea, and I want to know like how is it like there, like how's the dating, like when you're in a different country and you're new to the like the culture and stuff like that. But I'm pretty sure like you're gonna get it. Anyways, guys, we're gonna go on a little break, but be right back. I'll be right back. So please just try to watch this clip and don't go anywhere, because after this, we're gonna talk a little bit more. And yun. Basta, if you have more questions, please think about it and please do comment that on the live chat right now so I don't miss your questions at all. We'll be right back. O, diba? Saglit lang, guys, No, we'll be right back. And we're back. O, diba? Ang bilis ko, diba, guys? Ayan. Sandali lang yun, guys. Ayan. So, asa na? Ako, hindi pa nakakatikim ng oyster. Oh, I think when it comes to oyster, I'll only gonna try oyster if it's made by Gordon Ramsay. If you ever watch Gordon Ramsay, you'll probably know and you'll probably relate on what I'm talking about. But I've never tried. I just don't like when it comes to shells. The only type of shell that I ate or eat is crab. I love crabs, but at the same time, I'm just really, really lazy to kind of like, like open and, do stuff on the crab. And shrimp. But when it comes to seashells or shell food or whatever, it's not really my thing. So, I don't know. Ayan. And next one, matagal na akong walang tagay. More than a month na. Well, I hope because it's more than a month, you'll probably going to like withdrawals, Top J. So, just bear with that. Do it in moderation. It's for your own benefit. Plus, like your belly, you have to understand when it comes to our belly fat, it's not good if it's gonna get bigger because that's kind of one of the factors that, a lot of diseases are kind of related to. So don't ever make your belly too fat. Parehas pala tayo admin eh. Diba? And Tab J, masarap yun lalo na kung fresh oyster, yung bubuksan mo tapos sausaw agad sa suka na may asin at sili. Nakakadami ako nun, minsan ginagawa kong kilawin. Haluan ko ng sibuyas at maraming sili. Ayun, naglaway na ang mga tao. 100% true from admin, mukha ngang masarap nga yun, Tab J. And John Walker, mega, love shout out, yokoso. Diba? Are you in Japan now, John Walker? How you been? Are you in Japan? Have you had, what's your first food? I want to know what's your first food in Japan. Try mo minsan, admin, baka hanap-hanapin mo yan. John Walker, mega love shout out from Top J, and mega love shout out John Walker. Sorry, I was lurking but have to work. Icy, we'll talk soon. Yes, JJ, and I hope you have a wonderful day at work. And don't forget to just continue your diet. I'll be with you. Like we'll do this. We're gonna have our perfect body when we meet. Diba? Ayan. So guys, and hi, I'm French, so my diet is based on bread. How are you? Hello there, Ice Who Cut Music. You're French. Oh, nice. I hope I could be in France. I'm sorry if I didn't see you earlier. Ayan, I don't think it popped out. It should popped out in my my screen. But if you're still there, Ice Who Cut Music. Well, bread is good. Because I think, like America, France, Europe is usually a bread diet. So yes, I'm good, thank you. And I hope you are doing good as well. And how is bread diet kind of like affect your body? If it does affect at all, or you're so used to it? Does it make you fat, or does it make you feel, like different? Especially, all of us are aging. I don't know about you, Ice Who Cut Music. But yes, thank you for that. And thank you so much, JJ. Take care. I'm still there. I didn't cry. Aw, thank you, Ice Who Cut, for being still there. I'm sorry if I didn't see that. There you go. I did see this. I'm still here. I didn't cry. Okay. So I don't know, like, bread in, like in Asia, bread is kind of like, it's not really part of our diet, I would say. Not as much as, like I would say Asian countries more of a rice diet. But, like bread, it's just really nice. Like I really miss bread. Like when I do have my cheat day or my cheat meal, I always get one bread. Like I miss bread, especially in Japan. And I kind of wanted to like try. That's one of the things that I actually wanted to go to France, is because their baguette. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. It's baguette. I want to try that one, and your wonderful kind of like bread. Like in Japan, we kind of like mimic French patisserie. No, not patisserie. Like, how do you call that? Like like bakery and stuff like that. We kind of do that in Japan, just to kind of mimic how it looks like. It's all fancy and stuff like that. I'm still skinny. I'm starting to have a little belly because of my meds, but it's normal. Oh, like yes, that actually sometimes sucks. Like you can actually hear or hear this with a lot of people actually, that sometimes like when you're on medication, or like with girls, when a girl is on pills, they get fat, because hormones are imbalanced and stuff like that. And sometimes medication can actually do a lot of factor in that. But as well, as I always say, when we get older, especially with guys, usually guys, the fat storage is the target, usually commonly is the belly fat. So like with proper diet and such, it would go away eventually, but it takes a lot of discipline when it comes to diet, especially when you're getting older. Patisserie or viene oiri. Oh my god, I love French. I tried to learn French before. It's kind of hard, especially how you pronounce it. It's so fancy. Like, mes. I don't know. But, I tried it. Yeah, I kind of failed. And ayan, Moonlight076. Hello po sa lahat from Moonlight. How are you, Moonlight? Hello, ganda thumb check done. Thank you for all the thumbs up, and thank you for for the love and for the questions today. I'm sure there's a lot more questions and then a lot more information so that I could have shared, but we kind of like like our topics, because this is an interaction live stream, which I really like, and I'm really thankful for all of you guys for interacting. I'm pretty sure we're gonna talk more about diet, and I kind of wanted to like kind of like update what's going on with your lives as well. So always come back here every Thursday, 9:15 Japanese Standard Time, and Pacific Time it would be, I don't know, Pacific Eastern Time it would be like 6:20 or 5:20 a.m. early in the morning. I just noticed your name, Icy Fit, and we're the same name. You're Ice and I'm Icy. And mega love shout out Moonlight076. Sige Tab J, try ko oyster. Yan talaga isa sa mga gusto ko matikman. So Tab J, ayan, alam mo na, pag umuwi, ayan, yan ang dalhin mo. Pakain natin kay admin, Tab J. Diba? So yes, have you ever had like, how about your ice hookah? Like, have you ever tried any other diet out there, especially you're in medication? Does it ever kind of like, did you ever feel that you need to change your diet so that, like it would not complicate your medication, stuff like that? I don't know. I'm just asking, I kind of like, just like learning and stuff like that. But, so, guys, do you have more questions for me? If you forget any questions, or if you kind of like remember any questions or suggestions, or you want to share something, again, please do drop a comment down below. This live stream is replayable. You can replay it from start to finish. And of course, if you want to know more about diet, more about getting physically fit, and if you want to work out with me as well, I'm going to have premiere video every day on YouTube, and every Wednesday, 9:15 Japanese Standard Time, where I do kind of share my workouts and stuff like that. So if you're not subscribed, like, and share. And of course, sometimes every Monday as well. Sometimes every Monday. Monday, I do have premiere where I kind of like explore Japan, kind of like show you the wonderful and interesting stuff in Japan as well, because this is where I live. And also, if you kind of like, feel like you want to see something in Japan that you want me to try and you want me to explore, please do connect on my social media as well, and kind of like, interact with me on there. And lastly, Saturday, every Saturday, I do also live stream. It's also 9:15 Japanese Standard Time, nighttime, where we actually tackle more on our mental health. Like, how are we gonna try to deal with life, our struggles and progress, like how, like, try to share our experiences, trying to walk on a different perspective, try to learn different culture, interacting with other people. This is all about this channel, and I hope I can be a part of your journey. And lastly, I was vegetarian for 2 or 3 years. Wow. I don't think I've ever, or I am going to be, or ever going to be a vegetarian. I think I love meat too much. And I lost weight, so I had to start to eat meat again. And I used to work out before, but 6 meals a day was too hard. So you're probably those body type that kind of like, like the skinny type, where it's hard to build muscle, I would assume. And for my stomach, now I just do 2 or 3 exercises when I wake up to start the day with something positive. Oh, that's good. That's good to hear. I hope Ice who got, like, like we can actually, get to know each other more, get to kind of like these experiences that you have. I think there's more to it that you can actually share in this community, especially it's not just on Twitch. Like, I can actually share this on YouTube, in the community on YouTube. So it would be 193 centimeter. Wow. Skinny, hard to gain muscles. Yes. Oh, yeah. But sometimes it's actually like, like I always like to see good, positive stuff on kind of like, like that's how I kind of like try to see life sometimes, even if you feel like it's kind of like you're cursed because you couldn't. There are other people who gain muscle so fast, but they also get fat so fast. So the positivity in, like not, it's so hard to gain muscles, is you can actually age or grow older without ever thinking that you're gonna get fatter. But at the same time, if your goal is to build muscle, and that's kind of like the motivation where you really have to eat a lot, especially you are tall, you're kind of tall. So yes, I know the feeling. It's hard. It's really hard. It's like, especially when you're trying to build muscle, it's so hard to build muscle, especially the food intake and all of the stuff you need to do. But to actually like lose it, you probably, stop working out for 2 or 3 weeks, especially in your body type, Ice who cut. I'm pretty sure in that kind of state, you'll lose muscle so easy, but then gain muscle so hard. So I do kind of like, so I think just do body weight. That's good. 2 or 3 exercises when you wake up. Also do like some sort of like walking, like kind of like, warm up. There's a lot of warm up body weight exercises, which is actually what I'm gonna do this coming Wednesday, which is like a warm up routine in the gym that I do on my leg day. So you can always do that as well. Like, I always recommend body weight, especially if you're the type of person who get tired easily. It's probably not good if you're a beginner. Not you, Aisukat, but if you're a beginner and you're kind of like intimidated or kind of like scared to lift weights, it's always a good start to do body weight exercises. So, thing is, guys, this is it for me tonight. So I hope to see all of you this coming Saturday, where we're gonna chill with moi. We're gonna talk about life. We're gonna share our experiences. We're gonna tackle our journey together, and I hope you interact with me. This coming Saturday, we're gonna be mentally fit and emotionally fit. So very, very, very much thank you for sharing me your diet, asking questions. I'm pretty sure I have something more to say, and there's more explanation that I probably didn't share with you guys. You are 100% right. My goal is not to have muscles now, but just to have a healthier routine. That's good. I am all for that. Like, it's not always aesthetically. It's just better to be very healthy, especially like toned up, especially with your stature. It's always nice to look very healthy. Especially, it's always not to be just muscle. It's much better to just feel healthy and not fat, but at the same time, just fit, just fit. So I'm all for that, and I'm looking forward for more interaction with you, Sukat. Thank you. See you later, Icy. Yes, thank you. I hope you come back for more. Come back on Saturday. Every Thursday, I'll be here. I want to know more about your workout. It seems like there's more to know about you. And of course, to the YouTube community, thank you guys for always interacting with me and always sharing me your experiences and your struggles and your progress. Till next time, this coming Saturday, please be with me as well. Dahil dito sa channel na ito, lahat kayo. Ayan, you are all the star for me. Kayo ang bida. Bye guys, and thank you. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Thank you everyone. Bye.